Hey, welcome to Traveluptuous, the channel that's got you covered from coast to coast and beyond. Today we're taking a deep dive into the Empire State. No, not just the city, alright? We're exploring the whole shebang. I'm talking the whole state. So grab your coffee and maybe a bagel and let's get this show on the road. Okay, let's kick things off with the heavyweight champ, New York City, the Big Apple, the city that never sleeps. And honestly, why would you? There's so much to do. We got Times Square. It's bright, it's loud, it's packed, and you gotta see it at least once in your life. But trust me, don't get too comfortable. Locals avoid it like the plague. Head over to Central Park for a stroll or maybe rent a bike if you're feeling fancy. It's this big green oasis right in the middle of the city, a perfect spot to pretend you're not surrounded by 8 million people. And food, oh my god, don't even get me started on the food. Hit up a bagel shop. No, not one of those chain places. I mean a real, honest-to-goodness bagel shop. Go for the classic everything with a nice thick schmear. Or maybe you're more into pizza. This ain't Chicago, buddy. Thin crust, fold it in half, eat it with your hands. That's how you do it. You want to sit down for a nice meal? We got places that'll blow your mind. From the West Village to Williamsburg. It's all good here, trust me. We don't mess around with food. And while you're here, don't miss out on the museums. The Met, MoMA, the Guggenheim, art for days, my friends. If you're looking for a real New York experience, try the subway. Just be ready for anything. Singers, dancers, a guy in a full Spider-Man suit. It's all part of the charm, all right? Next stop, we're heading east to the Hamptons. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Isn't that where all the rich folks go? Well, yeah, kinda. But it's also got some of the most stunning beaches in the state. You got Cooper's Beach with its soft, white sand, and Montauk Point with that iconic lighthouse. It's a whole vibe. And let me tell you, the seafood shacks? I'm talking fresh off the boat kind of fresh. You gotta try the lobster rolls. And if seafood ain't your thing, hey, they got plenty of other options too. Now listen, I gotta warn you, the traffic out to the Hamptons in the summer? Oh boy, it's brutal. But you didn't hear that from me, okay? Just be smart about when you leave. And once you're out there, take your time. Relax, have a drink or two, and live it up. You're on vacation after all, and don't forget to keep an eye out for celebrities. It's like a big game of I Spy out there. Just don't be weird about it, all right? Oh, and for all you romantics out there, try a sunset walk on the beach. It's cliché, I know, but there's a reason everyone does it. The colors in the sky, pure magic. After you've had your fill of sun and surf, head up north to the Hudson Valley. Now this place has got something for everyone. Historic towns, killer food, and views that'll knock your socks off. Start in Beacon, this town is like Brooklyn's artsy cousin. You got the Beacon Museum, which is basically an old factory turned into a massive art gallery. Even if you don't know your Picasso from your Pollock, it's worth checking out. The Hudson Valley is also famous for its farm-to-table dining. Yeah, that's right, real fresh, local stuff. We're talking tomatoes that taste like tomatoes, you know? I had a salad up there once that almost made me cry. And you can't leave without hitting up a farmer's market or two. Fresh apples, cider donuts, oh my god, the cider donuts, trust me, they're life-changing. For the outdoor enthusiasts, there's a ton of hiking trails. Breakneck Ridge is a real popular one. Just make sure you're wearing good shoes. I did it once in sneakers and, well, let's just say it wasn't pretty. The view from the top, though, worth every step. You can see for miles, especially in the fall when the leaves are all like red and orange and just gorgeous. Instagram gold, folks. All right, now we're heading to the Finger Lakes. No, it's not a weird hand model competition, though that would be funny. The Finger Lakes is this beautiful region in upstate New York, named for its long, narrow lakes. We're talking about Seneca Lake, Cayuga Lake, Keuka Lake. Try saying those 10 times fast. This place is like wine country, but with a New York twist. Tons of vineyards, plenty of tastings, and if you play your cards right, you'll leave with a few bottles of the good stuff, or, you know, a few cases, no judgment here. But it ain't just about the wine. There's boating, fishing, and some real scenic drives that'll make you feel like you're in a movie. Watkins Glen State Park? Oh man, you gotta check out the Gorge Trail. It's like walking through a fairy tale. Waterfalls every 10 steps and the air smells so fresh it's like, I don't know, better than the subway, that's for sure. And if you're a history buff, you can visit some cool spots like the Harriet Tubman Home or the Women's Rights National Historical Park in Seneca Falls. Yeah, that's right. New York's got history for days. Who knew? Okay. You can't talk about New York State without mentioning Niagara Falls. Sure, it's a little touristy, but hey, sometimes you gotta do the tourist thing. Stand there on the deck, feel the mist on your face, and just let it wash over you, literally. It's loud, it's wet, and it's kinda awesome. And if you're feeling adventurous, hop on the Maid of the Mist. They give you these ponchos that are basically like garbage bags, but hey, they work. You'll be soaked anyway, but that's half the fun, right? And there's more to Niagara than just the falls. You got the Cave of the Winds, which is this wild walk right down near the base of the falls. You're basically right in it. And at night, they light up the falls with all these crazy colors. It's like a little water and light show. Kind of romantic if you're into that sort of thing. But look, if you're here with the family, there's a ton of stuff for the kids too. Mini golf, arcades, all that fun stuff. And hey, if you get bored, Canada's right there. Just don't forget your passport, all right? All right, now for the Adirondacks. This place is like New York's own little piece of wilderness. You got the high peaks, perfect for hiking and climbing. If you're looking to get away from the hustle and bustle, this is the spot. Peace and quiet like you wouldn't believe. Go up Whiteface Mountain, maybe hit the slopes if you're into skiing or snowboarding, or take a scenic drive up the Veterans Memorial Highway. Just make sure your brakes are good. Like I was saying, the Adirondacks are where you go when you want to feel like a rugged explorer, but, you know, with modern amenities nearby. If you're into glamping, glamorous camping for the uninitiated, there are a ton of places that'll set you up in style. Think cozy cabins, fire pits, and hot cocoa under the stars. And for those who are a bit more seasoned in the outdoors, the backcountry is calling your name, pal. Paddling on Saranac Lake at sunrise, that's something you don't forget. And if you're like me, and the most intense thing you want to do is lift a glass of wine, then Lake Placid's got you covered. It's famous for the Winter Olympics. It's got that old-school rustic charm with some real cozy spots to unwind after a day of, well, whatever it is you like doing. Plus, the town has a bunch of quaint shops where you can find the most random yet delightful gifts. I got a moose-shaped candle there once, don't ask why. Oh, and one last thing, Adirondack chairs? They're not just for the catalog pictures. Sit in one, look out at a mountain or a lake, and tell me you're not tempted to buy one and haul it home. Go on, I'll wait. All right, I know we're running out of time here, but I can't let you go without a few honorable mentions. I mean, this is New York State we're talking about. There's too much good stuff to cover in just one video. First up, Saratoga Springs. This place is famous for its horse racing, but there's more to it than just fancy hats and fast ponies. You got natural mineral springs that folks have been visiting for ages for their healing properties. And if you're into history, take a stroll down Broadway. No, not that Broadway. And check out the Victorian architecture. It's like stepping back in time, but with better coffee. Then there's the Thousand Islands. Yeah, like the dressing, but way better. This area up near the Canadian border is full of, well, 1,000 islands, give or take. You can do some serious island hopping, check out Bolt Castle, or just enjoy the view of the St. Lawrence River. It's picturesque, it's romantic. Just don't drop your phone in the water while trying to get that perfect selfie, all right? And how could I forget Cooperstown? If you're a baseball fan, you gotta go to the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Even if you're not into sports, the town itself is super charming. And if you're more of a literary type, there's the Fenimore Art Museum too. See? Something for everyone. Oh, and one more quick shout out to the Catskills. This area has been a retreat for New Yorkers forever. Great for a little weekend getaway with hikes, waterfalls, and cute little towns. Plus there's Woodstock. Not the music festival, the actual town. It's all artsy and hippie and everything you imagine it to be. Good vibes all around. All right, folks, that's a wrap on our New York State tour. I hope you're feeling as pumped as I am about all the amazing places to visit. Remember, whether you're looking for the hustle and bustle of the city or the peaceful serenity of the mountains, New York's got it all. If you're planning a trip, don't forget to check out the links in the description. We got some great resources for flights, car rentals, and hotels to help you out. And hey, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little bell icon so you never miss an adventure with Traveluptuous. Thanks for watching. And remember, in New York, the world really is your oyster. Or your tofu scramble, whatever floats your boat. See you next time.